Danny Cut. Today we're back and we're having an open discussion on the Odyssey, July 13th, 2026. Guys, Odyssey is only a few days away. I'm, of course, joined by DC Boy, DCBOII. Go check out his new gaming channel. He's going to be adding more content. It's very new, only 2 videos in, but a lot of good streaming gaming content if that's what your interest is. Okay. We got the Odyssey coming out. Really cool thing right now is that all of the people that I follow, as far as movie pundits go, Austin Berg, shout out to Austin Berg, John Flickinger, shout out to John. All these guys right now, even Christian Harloff, shout out to Christian Harloff, are all in the theater right now at early IMAX screenings for the Odyssey, which means that, well, by the time you see this video, all of their reactions will be out on social media. Okay. So today we got some questions that we want to answer on the open discussion. I have them here. It's 5 questions. We're going to touch on them. Please like the video, subscribe, comment down below, respond to our questions. Tell us what you think. All right, here we go. First question, DC. What has you, a lot of controversy around this movie, a lot of people saying this and saying, well, I don't like this casting. I don't like this. I don't like the script, but let's talk about first, what has you excited for the movie? Is there anything in particular that you look at and go, man, I'm really looking forward to this?
2 words, Christopher Nolan. He is my favorite director currently active in Hollywood. That's an obvious one off the bat. Anything he stamps his name on, is gonna, it's gonna be special. So obviously, the things that have me most excited, aside from that, though, are the fact that it's been shot completely in IMAX. I believe that Chris Nolan is the godfather of IMAX. The first movie I ever saw in IMAX was The Dark Knight, and we'll talk about that later. But I didn't read the Odyssey, so as far as the source material, I'm not too familiar with Odysseus returning to his homeworld. But the fact that it is based in Greek mythology, he's playing in a field that he's never really played with before, with the Greek gods and things like that. But I mean, come on, you got to think he's he's going to knock it out of the park. And on top of that, Hans Zimmer being attached for the score. I'm all in on this. The moment this was announced, I checked that off on my calendar, and I can't wait.
Awesome. For me, of course, DC already said it. Christopher Nolan, right now, he's the Michael Jordan of the movies, the movie industry. What Spielberg was in the 80s and 90s, that's what Nolan is today. I'm excited to see the cast. We're going to talk about that in a little bit. It's not, as far as some of the casting goes, not really what I would have gone with. Even talking about Matt Damon, I have a lot of respect for Matt Damon. But one of our questions before we get there is, who would we cast in his role? Or would we keep him? What else am I excited for? DC mentioned it 100%. The first time a new camera had to be invented, as Matt Damon said on interviews, it was a very loud camera to the point where they almost couldn't hear each other. But a new camera was invented for this movie. It's the first 100% IMAX on film movie of ever. So again, I'm excited to just see the visuals. Shot on location, which of course you can't go wrong with that. Another thing that I don't think is getting a lot of praise is the battle scenes. I think the battle scenes look pretty good, so I'm excited for that. I'm excited to see Nolan's version of the ancient Greek world, the mythology around it. I'm excited to see what mythology he brings. I've already seen signs of Poseidon. I've seen signs of what's the one-eyed guy?
Cyclops.
Cyclops, which we all now know is a giant puppet. But
yeah.
Either way,
Chris Nolan has a thing for using practical effects over CGI, so
which is awesome. Yes, great point. He is not a big CGI or AI. He definitely does not like AI. That's for sure. Yeah. But he loves the practical stuff, which always makes for a better experience. In Inception, he built the actual room that was spinning. The Dark Knight, he did flip an 18-wheeler. And it just goes on and on. Oh, by the way, in Interstellar, the snowed or the ice capped planet is actually a parking lot that they used and made with all kinds of material and fake snow and all that, obviously fake ice and the whole thing, right? So um I'm excited for it, man, because this is one of our best filmmakers, and ultimately, hopefully, the deep claws of Hollywood. No, I'm just kidding. Have not sunk their teeth into him, right? But either way, I'm excited for the movie. He's in his prime. I think he's in his 50s. I don't even know what, 53, 54.
Possibly.
And yeah, possibly. And I'll end with this. Let's not forget that Spielberg created Jurassic Park and Schindler's List in his 50s. He was 53 in the same year, so he's in his prime, and I'm excited to see what we get. Okay, all right.
55, just so you know.
55 years old. Wow, 55. So he has easily. I mean, God, he could go another 30 years.
Yeah,
which
I was going to say
crazy.
25, 30. Yeah, that's
which
a
is
good number, yeah.
which is crazy, man.
Crazy.
Okay, now let's get to what we are here for. What has you bothered about this movie? What are you looking at and saying, what in the oh, it's like you don't know what's going on in Hollywood, man. You don't know what's going on there. What, DC, what has you worried about this movie?
The fact that it's going to end has me worried. Okay.
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding. No, I'm excited for this movie. All right. Not to touch on what we're excited about, because I've already, we already talked about that. But to be honest with you, man, I don't have a lot of worries. I know that a lot of these tentpole movies nowadays, they come with some kind of controversies, and I think Chris Nolan has done a really good job of kind of, blocking out all the noise, I should say. Obviously, some of the casting choices have been ridiculed and criticized. To be honest with you, Danny, man, I'm hoping to just go in and watch a good movie and see good performances from a star-studded cast. I mean, you got Tom Holland in there. We're going to be seeing him, I think 2 weeks after this in Spider-Man.
Yeah.
So Anne Hathaway, who's already being praised for her role in this movie. Obviously, Matt Damon. And then there were some choices in there that a lot of people don't agree with. I personally, whether I agree or disagree, I to be honest with you, I'm just, like I said, I'm looking to have a good time at the movie theater and try to block out all the noise, because I feel like when all these things kind of get caught up within these movies, you tend to lose the fun aspect of going to be entertained in the movie theater. So with all due respect to all the casting choices, I'm just walking in with an open mind to hope, to spend a good 2.5 hours of some Christopher Nolan IMAX goodness. So,
yeah. Hey, look,
that's
I echo the sentiment. Obviously, I don't agree with some of the casting. You guys know what the point of contention is out there, and I agree with it because obviously it makes absolutely zero sense. But hey, that's the direction they went with, and like DC said, I am just going in there open-minded. I am going to try to enjoy the movie. I will say one little thing that I will say is that I do think Lupita Nyong'o is very beautiful. And I think that while not the choice that I would have gone with, I think that we all need to go with an open mind and just try to enjoy the film. What else? What concerns me a little bit more is, if anything, is the writing choice. Nolan did state that he's going with several different sources, several different books. But if they're going with the book that they are saying that is the main book, which is a how can I put this? A version of the Odyssey that is not true to what it is, I think that might be the biggest problem. And again, another complaint that people are talking about is the modern day writing. I am not. That's probably my point too, that I'm not really a fan of. It is a little bit of a point of concern. I don't want them saying "bro" or my daddy's coming. It's kind of like it's not. It's taking me out. It's taking me out. So ultimately, what else? I think that can Nolan overcome this? It's something that I don't know. Is this going to be his first trip up? Tenet wasn't a movie that I really was crazy about, but we shall see. It's very hard, and this is the last point I'll make. It's very hard to overcome a bad script. You got to have a lot of added other components, music of the film, maybe the acting of the film to overcome a bad script. So again, we'll see, and we'll go from there. Okay, third question, DC box office predictions. What do you think this movie does at the box office? Do you think it goes? I'm going to set the line here. Do you think it goes over 775, 775 million globally, or under?
Okay, so you said 775. Okay, real quick, because I do have some notes here that I want to share with you.
Go ahead.
In 2023, okay, Oppenheimer, which is Nolan's last movie, okay, released side by side on July 19th with Barbie. All right. Both movies made a killing. They called it Barbenheimer, I think is what the term that they used to refer these two movies. Opening weekend opened up to $82 million. Oppenheimer did. And Barbie opened up to $162 million. All right. So the movie theaters were busy that weekend, let's just say. Ended up finishing Oppenheimer with 975, just short of the $1 billion mark. And Barbie finished with $1.4 billion at the worldwide box office. This is a movie, The Odyssey, that I don't think a lot of people are familiar with the story of Odysseus returning to Ithaca. And the only thing really that I feel this movie has to be very front loaded, meaning it's got to break minimum to reach the number that you mentioned. The $150 million mark domestically. Okay. And I'm not talking about worldwide. Domestically, I think it's got to be in that 150 to 160 range to get to the numbers that you're referring to. Obviously, Tenet, which released in 2020, worldwide only made 376. I think that was more of just the type of movie it was. It was a little more, of a different kind of. How
much did Tenet make worldwide?
It made 376. Only made, it was short of 10 million opening week. Nolan only has two movies to crack the $1 billion mark at the box office. That's obviously The Dark Knight and The Dark Knight Rises. Movies that came out a very long time ago, over 10 years ago, right? Yeah. I think Batman or The Dark Knight came out in 2012. And The Dark Knight Rises came out in 2016 or 15. I'm not sure. Besides that, again, this is a niche topic that is, not very, familiar, at least to the general public. And I think those things are going to kind of stall it, as well as Spider-Man coming out a few weeks after.
Yep.
So again, I think it's going to be in the 800 range. So I think it's going to make more than your original question, which was the 775 mark. I think it will make over that, but it's going to be just short maybe of the 900 mark, and definitely not $1 billion movie, in my opinion. Now, again, this movie could be, a Gladiator level good. And it could surprise audiences, and all this stuff about, casting choices and all this can be thrown out the window if he just nails it, and it's one of the best movies of all time.
We don't want to go Gladiator. It's not
but
a little strong there.
But you could see why I would compare it to a movie like Gladiator and things like that. Again, Hans Zimmer at the score. Okay? Hans Zimmer scored obviously Gladiator with Ridley Scott, Christopher Nolan, who again he is currently the best active director in Hollywood, putting out these movies. The fact that it's in IMAX, a lot of those premium screenings that people are going to be going to watch. So all that boosts up the box office 100%. So yes, I think it's going to break 775, but it's definitely going to be short of I'd say it's in the 800 mark, somewhere around there. So very close.
Okay. Okay, and by the way, my biggest box office blunder that I got wrong really bad on the last channel, Real District, was Barbie.
Oh man.
I said it was gonna be a flop.
Oh no.
Pretty bad, huh?
Yeah.
Pretty bad.
That movie
And,
made a ton of money.
no, and the best was I just did a short, and I probably had I promise you it was like 1,000 comments. Like just roasting me. But either way, I've been right a lot of times. And by the way, side note, Supergirl is officially now DC's biggest box office flop ever. But
Well, you had to mention that, huh? You had to pat yourself on the back for that one. yeah.
But besides that, okay, so the 775, I'm taking the under. I don't think it gets to 775. This is a kind of, I'm kind of not the favorite here because obviously Christopher Nolan is about as bankable as it gets right now. Oh wait, Tony's here. Hold on, guys.
You.
What up?
What's up? Came in for a little bit. Got away.
You came in at a good time, bro.
Why are you?
We're talking about your most anticipated movie.
Oh my God.
Odyssey slash I don't know. Okay. So here we go. Tony, right now we're in the question of the box office. DC already said why he's going over with 775. Guys, of course, Tony in the show many times. And I am now saying why I'm taking the under. I just think it can't overcome the controversy. I think Hollywood really underestimates this whole DEI casting and all this. DEI script. People in Hollywood, they need to get the message. And let me say this before I stop here. If this movie fails, or if this movie makes $300, $400, $500 million, there isn't a bigger sign to Hollywood saying, hey, we don't want this. There is not a bigger sign when the biggest director living in his prime, a movie does not do good at the box office because of a DEI script, a DEI casting. And last thing I'm going to say, why is Travis Scott in this movie? Why is he in this movie?
I think it can still hit the.
Go ahead, sorry, Tony.
No, I think it can still hit the 750 or a little bit over.
775.
But you know what's crazy is that before we won't even question it'll hit $1 billion now because of that stuff. Yeah, you're questioning if you can even hit $1 billion. It's just kind of wild, huh?
But it's like if Oppenheimer, which was basically a historical drama, and obviously a very important, powerful story, and maybe arguably the most powerful story in the history of mankind, right? But he made it a historical drama. He doesn't even show the weapon going off, right? Makes 900 and something billion, basically $1 billion, wins all the awards, but there was no controversy around it. None. There was just a great movie,
there were some things I think that came out about, how true, some of the accounts that were told in his movie, because obviously Oppenheimer is a true story, about the atomic bomb, and a lot of people came out, but that wasn't big enough of a controversy as this, I think. And for the record, just real quick, and I'll let you continue. I'm just going to have a good time. Okay. I'm just hoping to have a good time. I'm putting everything to the side, and I'm hoping to see a great movie. But go ahead.
Go ahead, T. Listen. Go ahead, T. I gotta send a text message. Go ahead, please.
No, that's fine. I agree with Danny. I mean, that's like the talker on the movie. Kind of sucks, but hopefully
the question for you, the beginning, he asked, is it gonna crack 775 million?
I think it's going to be around that, maybe a little bit over, because it's still, it's a huge story. So, I mean, this thing sold out. IMAX in a couple minutes. IMAX theaters are sold out in the first fucking hour. I don't see how this movie doesn't do well. Christopher Nolan does good movies, even his worst movie is still a good movie. So kind of
but now here's the thing. Now people go watch this movie and they come out and they say this is the most like tonight's big for me. Tonight at about 9:30. If these guys get out, the guys that I follow, that I know they don't have bias, and they go, "Hey, this movie is unbelievable," then I'm gonna have to just.
Are they watching it today?
They're in the theater
yeah,
right
they're
now.
watching it. Yeah, they're watching it right now.
Yeah, you did mention that. That's right.
Yeah, they're in the theater right now. So when they get out, if they go, hey, this is one of the greatest films ever made, or they say this is an unbelievable film, I'm done. I'm gonna lose 100%.
Yeah.
So,
or if they come out and say it's whatever, it's no big deal, then
there's a flip of the coin.
Yeah.
Tony, me and Tony have been doing box office for a long time. But what else? Okay. So yeah, guys, that's our prediction. Let's go to my next question. I'm pulling it up here now. Okay, the next question is okay, give me your top 3 Nolan films, just real quick, nothing long, and why you love them. Quickly, that's all. Go ahead, Tony, if you want to go first.
Yeah, let me go quick. Inception, because the whole cast and the whole story and the ending and twist and all that. I love Inception. It's one of my favorite movies of all time. Dark Knight, everyone already knows. I have to explain that one. And Prestige, for the same reasons of Inception. Just crazy world building. I don't know, guys. Nolan's one of the best, dude. So he should be, I hope to put Odyssey in there, Hope to put Odyssey in there. I hope put another movie in there.
Okay. DC, you want to go ahead?
Yeah, sure. I guess if I'm gonna do my top 3, I'm gonna go at number 3, Interstellar. Hans Zimmer score, I think, is awesome in that movie. You're gonna hear his name a lot because Nolan I think every movie he's done has been Hans Zimmer, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, the whole exploration, space exploration, the way they use science to talk about, relativity and how we perceive time, the way that they touch on faith and love of a father, struggling between, saving his planet basically, or at least the people that are still there, trying to find a new home for them, especially his daughter and his son. So yeah, Interstellar is an easy top 3 for me. One of the best movies, space movies I've ever seen in my life. Inception is going to be number 2 for me. Again, Hans Zimmer, Leo, one of my favorite movies that Leo stars in. Science fiction movie, another again, and it deals with children. You see a trend here, right?
Yeah.
He's trying to finish a job in order to get back to the stateside, so he can reunite with his children. So there's a lot of emotion there. And then of course number 1 is The Dark Knight, man. Anyone can try to argue with me, but it's the best superhero movie of all time. It belongs to Chris Nolan. It belongs to DC, something that I could at least, I always have that trophy and say that DC has the best superhero movie of all time.
I don't know if that's the best superhero movie in my opinion, but definitely one of my favorite movies.
Let's debate it then. We could debate that then.
No, not right now. Another time. Superhero movie.
Best performance by any super villain of all time. Obviously Heath Ledger, who played the Clown Prince of Crime. And yeah, there's nothing else I need to say about that movie, man. That movie is the best.
All right, good. I'm gonna just shoot mine real quick. At the 3 spot, I'm going to put Interstellar. It's a movie about time, the importance of love that transcends time, which is kind of the slogan of the movie. About space, deep space travel, which is the future of humanity. Very powerful film. Second place, I'm going to go ahead and put The Dark Knight, the greatest comic book movie of all time, to be honest. Arguably the greatest performance overall of all time, period, end of conversation, Heath Ledger. And then in the first place, I'm going to put a movie that is about competition, and that is The Prestige, and our acceptance of competition in life and how it moves life forward and all that jazz. So, okay, my next question. If you guys didn't, number 1 is this. Do you guys like Matt Damon in the role as Odysseus? And if you didn't have Matt Damon, what actor or 2 actors or 1 or 2, A and B, would you choose for the role? You guys want me to go?
I'm not ready for this one. I wasn't ready for this.
Yeah. No, I'm going to answer your question, but I want you to go first, Danny, since you were kind of ready for it.
All right. So first, I'm going to pick a guy that Christopher knows pretty good. Now, Odysseus is explained, and this is explained in the text of the original Homer version as a middle-aged guy, 40s to mid 40s to 50s. So I would choose first and foremost Christian Bale. I think he would have done a better job. He's worked with Nolan. I love Matt Damon. I think he's a great actor, but I'm going Christian Bale. If I didn't choose Christian Bale, believe it or not, at 62 years old, the guy will get in shape. Legend of the game. Legend. Yeah, Tony. Tony hates when I say legend, right? He hates it so much. I say it all the time.
Everybody legend. Everybody legend.
All right. This is the guy that if Christian Bale said no, because Christian Bale's 52. If he said no, I would get this guy, and that would be Russell Crowe. That's who I'm going with. And I think he would have knocked it out of the park. So, Tony, you got an actor, maybe one in mind that you could have gone with?
Hugh Jackman.
Yeah, I know. I was thinking about him too.
Probably Hugh Jackman.
Hugh Jackman would.
I mean, Matt Damon's not bad. It's just that Hugh Jackman's probably looks more in shape. Probably more built for the role.
And I think he does the drama really good. Remember him in Les Miserables and Logan. He can.
And he's worked with him too. I'm kind of surprised he didn't use him. But I mean, I don't know.
Yeah.
Usually, Christopher Nolan likes to pick the guys he works with. So I'm surprised Tom Hardy's not in this movie. That's what I was telling you the other day. I'm surprised Tom Hardy's not here.
There's just a
lot of movie actors.
Matt Damon for this role is good. I'm sure he's going to do a good job, but I don't know. There's so many other actors. A few other actors I would have gone with. DC, who are you going with? You like Matt? Do you want to stick with Matt?
I'll be honest with you. I'll tell you this. And this is going to be kind of like maybe a controversial take, but Matt Damon is probably my least favorite casting in the movie.
Well, not mine. Yeah. I have more least.
Yeah, I got a few other leases, but yes.
No.
I hear you.
Okay, I'm talking about. All right, I'm aside from the controversial ones. Okay,
yes.
I'm talking about. He would not have been my first choice as Odysseus, basically. Okay. And again, if I just pulled up a couple actors right now, Gerard Butler would have been my first choice to play Odysseus.
Gerard Butler?
An in-shape Gerard Butler would have been my first choice.
It's kind of hard to.
They won't do that because
of the 300.
Yeah, they won't do it. But
think about it.
The memes and all the stuff coming out. Yeah, right. I can't pick that guy.
But you say the same to me about Russell Crowe. That's the thing too.
Right.
Exactly.
Yeah, he's playing Gladiator.
And the other guy who I would have chose was Michael Fassbender.
I was thinking about him. I was thinking.
All right. And again, not my least favorite casting choice. Just not the first choice I would have picked for this. Maybe I should have said that and started off with that. So my apologies. But again, I'm going to the movies to hope and pray that I have a good time at the theater. Right?
I'll be honest. I don't mind Matt Damon though. Like, I mean, I'm not crazy about it, but I'm sure Nolan knows what he's doing. So
I'm sure he is, and
I'm sure he'll be fine. Matt Damon's a good actor. He'll be fine.
He's gonna probably knock it out of the park and do a great job. But again, that's kind of what I meant by that.
I gotta run already. Okay, D.
All right, guys.
I gotta run. Sorry.
All right, T.
I just wanted to at least wanted to pop in and say hi.
Donna, thank
you. See where you guys were
at. Again, the reason I say Gerard Butler, we've seen him in a similar role, yes. And he played obviously King Leonidas. Obviously, it's kind of same Bronze Age story being told. So yeah, I could see where people would find that to be redundant. I wouldn't, because I would think, that's what he does good. He does these roles good. So
I could see it like, I don't mind the casting. I could see it kind of like, oh look, here comes Gerard Butler back to an ancient Greek role. They could play it up like that. I mean, obviously 300 is what really blew him up. So I love the casting. Matt Damon for this role. I know he can do a good job, but not my first choice. But go ahead. You said so. Gerard Butler and Michael Fassbender.
No, yeah, yeah. Those would have been the two quick, because you threw that question. I wasn't prepared for that one, so that would have been really quick off the top. Again, I could do research. Christian Bale that you chose was a really good one. I think.
Yeah.
He's good in everything. But yeah, I probably would have gone with, real quick, just off the top of my head, Fassbender and Gerard Butler. I'm just hoping. Look, at the end of the day, again, and you know that I hate talking about this stuff, but I just hope to have a good time, and all the all that side stuff just kind of
yeah, same here. Same here. I hope we go in there and the movie's a knockout, and I'm wrong about the box office, and I'm wrong about all my predictions. And that's it. Okay, last question. We'll wrap it up.
All right.
So recently, Quentin Tarantino, and let me see if I can share my screen here. Okay. Share screen. All right. Do you see my okay. So recently, if you look at this quote right here, do you see where I'm highlighting?
Yes.
Okay. This is a quote from an interviewer in the Telegraph. He was interviewing Christopher Nolan, and he asked him about the Tarantino 10 movie rule. And Nolan replied, and I quote, "I think it's dangerous to look at it specifically," Nolan admitted. "I mean, Quinn has his reasons, and I respect those enormously, but I'm hoping he won't stay true to them."
What do you think?
What do you think about that quote?
Yeah, obviously he's referring to the 10 movie rule, that he's not going to no longer make any movies, and he's retired and all this stuff, which is a huge bummer. Obviously, Quentin Tarantino being one of the best directors of all time.
Yeah.
To think that we're never going to get another movie from him is, it's kind of eye-opening and sucks for us, especially me as a consumer of these movies and of his content. I love most of his movies, but what he's pretty much saying that, it is dangerous because, I mean, artists may create art, and not unless he's just lost the passion for making movies. I don't see why he would need to stop at 10. Based off what Nolan's saying, I don't think he's taking the same approach. But yeah, it would suck to lose a filmmaker as good as him, and yeah, those are my thoughts on that.
Yeah, well, what I would tell, and again, we'll wrap up with this, but what I would tell Tarantino is that if you make another 20 movies and they all suck, it doesn't change that Pulp Fiction is a masterpiece.
Yeah.
It doesn't change that Inglourious Bastards is a masterpiece, or that the Django Unchained is a phenomenal film. Not a masterpiece, in my eyes at least, but a phenomenal film. Or Hateful Eight, or Kill Bill, or any of those. So, or Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. So it's like, that's what I love about Spielberg. Disclosure Day, it's not even in his top 15 movies.
That's right? What I was going to say. Maybe he's seeing all these directors like the Ridley Scotts and the James Camerons, and sometimes they lose their fastball a little bit.
You know what I think it is? I think what it is that these guys, they're so rich, so successful, and they've been to the mountain, and they've been to the mountaintop for so long. Like the famous Marvin Hagler, who used to have the battles with Tommy Hearns back in the day, before my day. He goes, "It's a lot harder to go wake up and run in the morning in silk pajamas." Right? So like, yeah, when Spielberg was 53.
That's true.
And because I'm 40. I know you're a little younger than me. Like you think that at 53, yeah, you're like old, and that's your mentality now, even at our age. But at 53, you still got another presumably 30 to 40 years left in your life, maybe even 50 if you're lucky, right? So like these guys, like a Spielberg, I mean, think about him doing a movie like Disclosure Day. He's not like when he was making Schindler's List in Jurassic Park, where he had a ton of like motivation and inspiration to really go make and be that top director in Hollywood. He doesn't have that anymore. He's been a top director for 30 years. So I think that's what Quentin's trying to say. But I don't, again, like I said, after Disclosure Day, did not really like the movie. It was a 4 or 5 for me. And I'll tell you right now, but I'm never going to doubt Spielberg, because I believe he's now creating a film on the life of Steve McQueen, the famous actor who died tragically in a car accident, about his famed Bullet movie. That's a car, like a chase movie. So like, I'm never going to doubt the masters, and I want to see them go to the end. So I want Nolan to make movies forever. I hope Nolan is right and Tarantino breaks his rule. I think he will, to be honest. And the last thing I'll say is this: Tarantino, and I'm paraphrasing, in a recent interview was because he's now what he's doing is right now he's writing a play for a theater play, and he was basically saying that the movie going experience is not what it once was. It doesn't have that magic anymore. I disagree. I think that we need filmmakers like him to continue to have that magical feeling. I have a magical feeling now when I go see the Odyssey. Very excited to go watch it. So again, that's just my opinion. You got anything on it?
No, yeah. Just the last thing I'll say, filmmaking is an art form, and Tarantino is one of the best of our generation. It would suck to lose him. So again, I would hope he continues to make stories that that can drive the business, because all he's going to do is, at the end of the day, help the theaters and help this art form that I feel like has lost a little bit of its magic.
It's not the 90s.
It's definitely not the 90s. Arguably one of the best generations, but still, I just think it's all about storytelling, and if you have a story, man, just tell it. So.
Yeah. All right, guys, that's gonna do it. Comment down below, subscribe to the channel. We're growing Danny Cut. Tell me down below, are you excited for the Odyssey? Are you not excited for it? Is the script bothering you? Is the casting bothering you? Or are you excited? I mean, do you think Nolan did the right thing? We might look like fools in a couple days. We're gonna go watch it on Saturday. So again, my quick out of the theater review will be up probably Sunday. DC will be joining me on that, as will Tony, because we're all watching it together. Thank you for watching. Let's keep growing, and I will see you guys on the next one. Peace out.